The primate of all Nigeria, Anglican Communion, His Grace, the Most Reverend Nicholas D. Oko, has reiterated the need for Nigerians to live in peace and harmony in spite of their religion, ethnicity and tribe. The primate was reacting to the recent killings in Kaduna and Adamawa states, which resulted to the loss of lives and properties and many displaced from their homes. Primate Oko made this statement in an interview with ACNN News correspondent Nwanne Ogechukwu in Abuja, where he called on citizens not to allow politicians to use them to perpetrate their evil act.
It is not even a grand conference. It is not a grand arrangement. It is nothing but common sense. The common sense is this, that the number of Christians in Nigeria cannot be wished away. The number of Muslims in Nigeria cannot be wished away. If the two of us, none of us can be wished away, common sense dictates that we live in peace, that we try to understand each other and be our brother's keeper. And we also want to appeal to politicians to stay clear of trying to manipulate religion as a political tool.
Primate Oko also stressed the need for the citizens to be wise because the politicians have nothing to lose when crises break out.
The message to the people fighting, Christians and Muslims, is that they should not submit themselves to become victims, because they are just victims. The real manipulators are not visible.
Meanwhile, the Archbishop of the province of Bendel, His Grace, the Most Reverend Friday Imakai, who also lent his voice to the religious crisis in Kaduna State and other northern parts of the country, said that the constitution of the country, which allows for freedom of worship, must be respected as well as the dignity of life, stressing that religious clerics should call their members to order.
The problem is not actually emanating from the church as such. Because the church is not the aggressor in this case. The militant Islam or the fundamentalists are the aggressors, and particularly those who want to ensure that a particular set of people are cleared up the way for them to come in, what we call ethnic cleansing, and all that. So when we talk of the religious leaders, particularly Christian religious leaders, we continue to preach peace and talk to its adherents. But when we see what is going on, we see that even the adherents to Christianity are not the aggressors. If some Christian youths, as I heard in Kaduna recently, are now reacting, you know that they must have been pushed to the wall. For these situations to be solved, people must have the fear of God, must respect the dignity of the human person, Christ so labored to redeem, and must practice the rule of law, in a sense that people are free to worship their own God in their own way. They can express their worship to God. There should not be a situation where people will be forced or cajoled to accept one faith or the other. Otherwise, that defeats, the provision of the Constitution, the fundamental human rights of all citizens.
Spiritual leader further called on governors in troubled states to defend the right of the citizens as well as the constitution which they have sworn to defend, and also to bring culprits to book.
The government that be must respect and defend the inalienable rights of the citizens. Right to worship, right to freedom of religion and speech. Once these are done, I think there will be a solution to this problem. And once the government takes the bull by the horn to defend the constitution it has sworn to uphold, then the situation will be solved. Not the government taking a stand.